Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Ivy. I'm a makeup artist, YouTuber, and content creator based in Asaba, Delta State, Nigeria. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the dangers of mold on makeup items. So if you have makeup items that have mold in them, be it eyeshadow, lipstick, contour powders, whatever, please, it's very dangerous to use on your skin, and I'm going to be explaining and going into details on that in this video. So if it's the content you would like to see, then please keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe. It only takes 1 second. Yes, I know you bought that eyeshadow palette for 500,000. I know you bought that lipstick for 180,000 naira. I know it is so expensive and it is so painful for you to toss off. But as soon as you see mold on any of those products, please just gently take it to the bin and go and toss it off, because it is not worth the stress and the problems that it comes along with. Over time, we have been hearing of mold. Avoid mold. Oh, mold is dangerous. Mold is this. Mold is that. But the very first question we should ask ourselves is, what is mold? Now, mold is a type of fungus. Mold has a filamentous body composed of hyphae that help the fungus break down and absorb nutrients. Mold is one of the structures that certain fungi can form. Mold is a fungi. Mold is dangerous. Mold is not something that we should take lightly. And most times when we use makeup products, every so often we come across mold in our products. Now I have this my e.l.f. blush palette in dark, and you can see that mold has grown on this. I don't know why it's not picking it. Okay, it's not focusing. You can see that mold has grown on that. I have an antibacterial wipe here that I'm going to use to wipe my hands after showing this to you. Now I also have another eyeshadow palette from Juvia's Place. This is my Juvia's Place Masquerade eyeshadow palette, and the other day I brought it out to make use of it, and I discovered that it now has mold on almost all the shadows. I just kept it because I wanted to film this video, but immediately after I am done with this video, I'm taking them straight to the dustbin. Why? Because mold on any makeup product is very dangerous for you and for your health. What are the dangers of mold on eyeshadow? What are the dangers of mold on products that you use on your skin? Now, mold in an eyeshadow palette can cause skin irritations, allergic reactions, and infections due to the application of contaminated product on sensitive skin. You can also mistakenly inhale, and then you now have respiratory problems. Mold on eyeshadow, you apply on your eye, and then you now start having eye problems. And you know that fungal infections are always more difficult to treat than bacterial infections. But no, the eyeshadow palette is what your life is, what your eye, that lipstick or that whatever product it is, it's not worth it. Other risks involve respiratory problems like eye irritation, potential asthma triggers, or just potential respiratory issues from use. Mold have spores, like spores, and most of the time, before we start seeing them with our visible eyes, like they have become so much. That's when it becomes visible to the eyes. So most times you might not even see some of those your eyeshadow palettes you think are even good. It might not even be good. And I had someone ask me this recently and said, okay, I saw mold on my eyeshadows, I scraped it up and I applied isopropyl alcohol on it, and I'm still using it. And I was like, no, you scraped off the top, but the pores, the spores of the mold are most likely gotten to the bottom of the pan, of the eyeshadow pan, has even spread into other eyeshadows, and then you just scraping the top and using isopropyl alcohol. Is your health not important to you? No amount of money you spent on a product should make you want to take such careless risks. Okay, so that's why at times you see me, I used to own so much eyeshadow palettes, and then I discovered that I don't go through eyeshadow palettes, for example, and some other products are just products you don't go through as often as like foundations, concealers, lip pencils, even lipsticks. So one has to be very, very, very careful, very, very cautious when buying products, so that you don't have so many products that you don't go through over time, because more often than not, mold appears on products that are stored in like damp places. So to prevent this, you have to ensure you store your makeup in a cool, dry place. Try to check expiration dates, and then avoid double dipping or spraying water into, I'm talking about eyeshadow palettes now, into eyeshadow palettes, because you know often now you already have your primer or your concealer on your lid. You take your brush, you apply on the eyeshadow, you apply on your lid, you double dip back, so it can transfer things from here to there, from here. After you shot, you keep, and then you await next use. What if you don't use it? If you have so much, you don't rotate through them as often as you should, you see mold. Please, if you don't take anything away from this video, the one thing you should take away from this video is wherever you see mold, any product you see mold, as soon as you open, you sight the mold, just stand up from there and straight to the trash can. Don't try any other thing. Don't even do any other thing. You use other products you have, or just try and buy products that you know you can go through and rotate as often as necessary, so that air can touch the products. Mold has several health risks. Mold can cause itching, redness, inflammation, and rashes on the skin, on the face. Mold can also cause allergic reactions or increase allergic reactions. It can give you itchy nose, swollen eyes. I've read stories of people who lost sight due to using products infested with mold. I've read stories of people who spent money, like a large sum, trying to treat themselves because they were not careful enough to avoid using products that had mold on it. I read a story of even someone who opened up a canned food or something and said there was mold around the body, the outer perimeter of the can, and then she had washed it with soap and water before she opened the can. And she said when she opened the can, there was no mold in it, the product was still good, it had not expired, and she ate and landed in the hospital. So this mold, even in normal houses, outside makeup, when you have like mold in your house, even living in a room that has a lot of mold, is really, really dangerous. More often they'll tell you, okay, get all these penters. They have this thing they use, they scrape the walls and they apply, and then they paint over top it. Mold in any way, shape or form is very, very dangerous, and it's not something that you should play with. It's not something you should play with at all. And then if you now continue using products that are infected with mold, you are continually exposing yourself to such products. It can further lead to headaches, anxiety, fatigue, chronic fatigue even, and other problems. Even though response can vary by individual, but there must always be a symptom. So please, whenever you see any product that has mold on it, just toss it off. It is not worth it. I'm going to be leaving pictures here and there of products with mold, eyeshadows, lipsticks, different products that have mold on it. In case you are looking at me like, what does mold look like? I don't know what mold look like. Throughout this video, you have been seeing pictures of products that have mold in them, so that once you see mold, you can identify it, you can recognize it with immediate effect and know that yes, without even asking anybody, this is mold. So just to recap now and round up, mold is very dangerous. It might not kill you, but it could cause you a lot of problems. So whenever you see any of your makeup products that has mold in it, please discard. Discard. Store your makeup products in a cool, dry, and dark place away from direct sunlight and humid environments like bathrooms. Store your makeup products in a cool, dry place. Have makeup products that you can go through. If you have 100 eyeshadow palettes, I don't think you can go through the 100 now. How? Even if you use one eyeshadow palette per day, we have 365 days in a year. So you might not even be able to go through each one more than 3 times or 3 times, and because there are some you reach for all the time. So let's try as much as possible to own products, makeup products that we can go through. It's not just makeup product is fine. There are some that we just buy, okay, we want to own, and what's this thing that people normally do where they collector's item? Yes, we know, but just know that you are collecting that collector's item and mold come out, you just be there for display. Because another thing people don't really know is once mold, you keep products together and mold starts appearing in one product, it can spread into other products in same shelf, in same drawer. So be very, very careful. Girls, buy products that you can use. When you are done with them, you can, try other brands. Personally, I used to own over 30 eyeshadow palettes. Right now, I think I own about 20 something, just because I do makeup and I can't be like showing one palette all the time and everything. And I used to buy eyeshadow palettes a lot then. But you can see this one now has gone. Like, it is gone. I didn't hit pan on any. I don't think I hit pan on any of the shadows on this my Juvia's Place Masquerade palette. No, I didn't hit pan on any of these eyeshadows. I've owned this palette for over 5 years. I have had some other eyeshadows in the past that I had to toss off too, because I opened them and I saw mold in them. There was a video I did here, my Wet n Wild eyeshadow palette, about 2 of them I had to toss off. So many. So once you have a product that has mold in it, please throw it away. Just go straight to the dustbin and discard it. Yeah, I know it's painful. You spent money and it's like, oh, after all the money I spent, it will teach you next time to get only products you need, products you use often. Because the more you use a product, the harder it is for mold to come, because your product you open to use, air comes in contact with it and all of that, which prevents the buildup of mold. Okay. Now, how do you know signs of mold? When you see black or white spotches on the eyeshadow or lipstick or wherever, you notice changes in the product texture or appearance, and you notice unusual or not even unusual odors, musty odors from palettes, then you know. But me, this third part, I know they do more. I don't do it so often, because you can inhale and then God will not bless you that day. You now inhale one of the spores of the mold and it just goes into your respirator. Please. It is too dangerous. I've been watching Dr. House of recent, and the way little things like this can just spiral and start, because you don't know what underlying health issues you already have and what can trigger something that will trigger something that will trigger something. So I don't want this video to be too long, but I just came on here to share with you guys the dangers of mold. Mold is very, very dangerous. Fungal infections is a fungi, and fungal infections are very, very far more difficult to treat. Okay, far more difficult to treat. So just toss off any products, makeup products you see that have mold in them, and carry on with your life. Is it painful? Yes, but it's not worth the stress and the issues, the health challenges, the monies and other things that you're going to expend and you're going to go through, the pain even. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for staying tuned till the end. And until I come your way again, remain blessed. Bye guys.